Right now, we're going to talk about the level of coercion, I should say, that Mickey Biggs went to bring you down. Can you tell us of some of the things that was done to you that you don't think should have been done? Or, well, I should say it like this. Can you tell us of the young ladies, what he did there, and also the other officer?
Yes, there was two ladies who was involved in the investigation, and Mickey went to both of them and tried to coerce them to make statements against me. Um, he came up with two statements, but the statements that he came up with, these are ladies, they wasn't intelligent enough to even make a statement in the way that these statements was wrote up. There was another officer who was involved that was working the same night that I was first accused of being engaged in sex. His name is Kevin Graham. Mickey went to him and questioned him about if it was Sergeant McNeil who was engaged in sex on November 16 and his radio was keyed up. Kevin told Mickey Biggs that it was not Sergeant McNeil's radio that was keyed up. It was his radio that was keyed up, transmitting while he was trying to make arrests and handcuffing a female suspect.
So, Mr. What's his last name again?
Kevin Graham.
Kevin Graham. He spoke with Mickey Biggs. He personally told Mickey Biggs that it was not your radio, but in fact it was Mr. Graham's radio that had all the sounds that they thought was sexual things taking place.
Yes.
And not yours.
It was not mine. It was his.
And he admitted that. Did he go public with that story?
Yes, he did.
How did he go public with his story of admitting it was not you, but it was him?
He talked to a news reporter. News reporter came to Robeson County and questioned Officer Graham about it, and Officer Graham told WRAL news reporter that it was his radio that was keyed up transmitting on the morning of November 16th.
But instead of taking that testimony, what was he supposed to do once he received that testimony? Mickey Biggs, what was he supposed to do once he had received that testimony from Mr. Graham?
Whenever Officer Graham told Mickey Biggs that Mickey Biggs was supposed to stop all investigations against Sergeant McNeil.
He was supposed to stop all investigations with you. That's the policy, or that's the law.
That's the law.
But instead, what happened?
He continued on.
Mm-hmm. And as a result of him doing all this, what has happened to you?
At that time, I was demoted, suspended, and transferred out of South Lumberton Station.
So you were demoted and transferred out of that station?
Yes.
From that point forward, how has Mr. Biggs' actions towards you, how did that affect you to be demoted and transferred, and basically, well, I guess maybe they so-called found you guilty as to why they were able to demote you? They found enough evidence to demote you, or why do you think you were demoted? How did a demotion come about?
Chief Harry Dolan, he decided on the demotion. He could have had stopped the investigation, but he was a strong supporter of Mickey Biggs. Mickey Biggs, a strong supporter of Chief Dolan.
So whose pen demoted you?
Chief Harry P. Dolan.
And was it based on evidence that you did commit this crime or have sex with a woman while on duty? Was it found through their investigation that that was true?
No, it was never found. It was based on lies, false accusations, that Mickey Biggs came up with himself.
So that was what was said. It was never, no evidence was truly found, but still you were demoted and transferred.
Yes, I was.
And from that point forward, what happened to your life personally? How did that affect you emotionally, financially? The financial demotion, tell us about those type of things.
Financially, if it wasn't for my wife, we probably would have been financially hurting, but we survived it all.
You say your pay went from one pay to another, and you had to subsidize your insurance and things like that. You had to pay for a lot of different things.
Yes, I did. I had to pay my own health insurance with the city of Wilmington. They made me pay that. My pay was cut. The first check I received after I was demoted was like a recruit's pay.
How many other black sergeants were there when you were sergeant? When you were sergeant, how many other black sergeants were there?
I was the only black sergeant at the time.
When you were demoted, at that point, how many black sergeants were there?
There were none.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you would like to share with us?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much.